In this footage, an adult man suddenly begins screaming in the middle of a phone call while standing in his kitchen, despite the fact that no one else is home. Seconds later, he rushes out the front door, jumps into his pickup truck, and refuses to go back inside. The unsettling videos were shared by a TikTok user named Cassie Bay. According to her, she had left home one evening after a family argument and went to stay with her mother for a while to cool off. A few hours later, her husband called her. He was clearly terrified. He explained that the kitchen countertop had suddenly started vibrating beneath his hand. He had no idea what was causing it and couldn't get it to stop. Frightened, he grabbed his keys and ran out of the house. When Cassie returned home, her husband was still sitting inside his truck. He refused to go back into the house and wouldn't even walk up to the front door.
Guy that says, you know what, I'm gonna do. Oh shit! What is that?
The couple then decided to review the security footage together. The man's scream is unsettling enough on its own, but a closer look at the footage reveals several other strange details. If you watch the countertop carefully, a small red packet can be seen shifting position on its own. A stack of papers sitting beside a baseball cap also appears to move. Meanwhile, Cassie's husband is standing only a few feet away, completely unaware of what's happening, as he continues talking on the phone. According to Cassie, the strange activity didn't stop after she returned home. Electronic devices began turning on by themselves. 3 loud knocks would occasionally come from the front door, despite no one being outside. Even the family cat started staring intently into empty corners of the room, as if it could see something invisible. In another clip, Cassie is home alone when a sudden and unexplained noise startles her so badly that her reaction is caught on camera.
What the fuck?
Disturbing home security footage appears to show someone breaking into this woman's house and deliberately frightening her. A woman named Kimberly shared the footage on Reddit. One night, unable to sleep, she got up around 1:30 a.m. to grab a late-night snack. She was completely alone in the house, which makes what happened next all the more terrifying.
Oh, Jesus! Jackie? Hi. Okay, I'm gonna go back to bed now. Yeah.
As Kimberly stands in the kitchen, a loud voice suddenly says, "Hi," from directly behind her, near the doorway.
Oh, Jesus!
Startled, she immediately turns around, expecting to see someone standing there, but there's no one there. Even stranger, Kimberly has 2 small dogs that normally come running the moment they hear food wrappers rustling. This time, however, the dogs keep their distance and appear unusually nervous. Kimberly also says that a handbag containing valuable belongings had been hanging near the front door, but after the incident, it was gone. Based on that, it seems someone may have entered her home, stolen the bag, and even decided to make their presence known. Judging by Kimberly's reaction, she was genuinely terrified. At around 3 p.m. on a quiet Saturday afternoon, a woman named Benita was home alone watching TV in her kitchen. According to Benita, it's rare for her to have the house entirely to herself, especially since several relatives had been staying with her for the past few months. But on this particular day, even they were away, leaving her completely alone, or so she thought, because according to footage captured by a security camera in her kitchen, something very strange happened. It then appeared to rise up before crashing back down with a loud bang. The bizarre sequence of events convinced Benita that this was not a normal appliance malfunction. After all, stoves simply don't behave like that. That's why Benita and her family believe that something unseen may have been responsible. As mentioned earlier, Benita's relatives had been staying with her for several months following the recent passing of her grandmother, who died of natural causes while under Benita's care. Because of that, some family members believe the figure seen in the footage may have been her grandmother's spirit. But regardless of what they believe, I'll leave it up to you to decide. What exactly happened that day? Was there a logical explanation for what was caught on camera, or was something else at play? One thing is certain. The way that stove slammed back down was definitely strange. One night, Linda and her partner were fast asleep when they were suddenly awakened by loud banging noises coming from their living room. The sounds were so loud and intense that the couple feared someone was trying to break into their home. They immediately called the police.
This is our house.
Let's look at it before bed. Yeah, dude. Something's in her fucking window right there,
baby,
bro.
stop being hyper, please. It's scaring me.
Ready?
Yeah.
Something's in her fucking window.
Yeah. Hold on. You're going to hear 3 knocks. The first one is with whoever is holding our curtain where you can see into our house. We're both still in the bed at this point. This is going to be the first knock. So whoever is inside our house right now. And they've got the curtain pulled up to beat on the door. You're going to hear the first one, you're going to hear the second one, and the third one. Play it. Second, third.
The following footage was later shared by Linda on her TikTok account, lenduhandairy, where it quickly racked up a huge number of views. When officers arrived, they reviewed footage captured by a Ring camera mounted near the front door.
Nothing else. No, you can't see anything else. I want you to watch this. Because it's watch the glass. The reflection on the glass. And look, this is you looking out. We didn't move. Okay. We didn't move off the bed until they seen on you. I watched every one of those videos. There was no other movie. I watched every one of those videos. There was nothing outside movies. Obviously, the curtain moved inside.
As the motion-activated recording begins, it appears that someone, or something, is pulling back the curtain covering the front door. Even more unsettling is the fact that whoever is moving the curtain seems to be inside the house. Moments later, the curtain is violently pulled shut again with a loud bang. Linda insists that neither she nor her partner left the bedroom and that they remained there until police arrived. Officers thoroughly searched both inside and outside the home, but found no sign of anyone else. None of the valuables in the house had been touched. To this day, it remains a mystery who entered the home, how they managed to leave without being seen, and most importantly, why they were there in the first place. This footage was captured by a home security camera. A father, mother, and their 2 children were playing hide and seek. It was around 9 p.m. that evening when something happened that the father still can't explain to this day. What you're about to see was recorded inside the parents' bedroom.
5, 4, from I smell the blood of children.
do you mean?
The door just opened.
I know, but we're downstairs.
Matthew's downstairs?
No. Yes, we're hiding up here.
Hard second here.
This is stressing me out.
You're stressed out.
Well, I don't know. I just heard you screaming. I told her to wait there.
You might need to change my diaper.
In the footage, the closet door suddenly begins to open on its own. Assuming that his wife or one of the children was hiding inside, the father waits for a moment, expecting someone to step out. However, as it later turned out, there was no one in the closet. Understandably, the father was deeply unsettled by what he witnessed. After reviewing the footage later, he became convinced that it wasn't his imagination and that the closet door had actually opened by itself. To this day, the family has been unable to explain what happened. As they put it, they would rather forget the entire incident and simply hope that nothing like it ever happens again. In a deeply disturbing incident that took place around midnight, 2 unidentified individuals quietly entered the hallway of an apartment building and rang the doorbell of one of the units. The incident was captured by a security camera installed inside the building. A child who was home at the time, unaware of any potential danger, opened the door without even asking who was there. One of the intruders immediately stepped into the apartment without permission. As soon as the homeowner noticed what was happening, she rushed over and began forcing him back outside. Unsurprisingly, the incident left the woman badly shaken and deeply disturbed. In 2015, a San Jose, California resident named Bikram discovered that intruders had broken into his home. Several valuables were stolen, and the incident left the family deeply shaken. In the aftermath, detectives advised them to install a home security system to help protect against future break-ins. However, on May 8th of that same year, the newly installed system captured yet another alarming intrusion. At 10:55 a.m., 2 unidentified individuals are seen entering the property. They make their way around the back of the house and enter through an unlocked sliding door. After searching the kitchen, the intruders take several knives from one of the drawers. At one point, one of them even disconnects the home's phone line. Not long after, the suspects hear noises coming from the second floor and immediately head upstairs. Meanwhile, the homeowner's daughter-in-law, his mother, and a child hear the intruders enter the house and manage to barricade themselves inside a bedroom. The suspects begin kicking the door, attempting to force their way inside. The women and child retreat into the bathroom and lock themselves in once again. They shout that the police have already been called. Apparently, that is enough to make the intruders abandon their attempt and flee the home. According to police, one of the suspects turned himself in several days later on a Wednesday morning. The suspect was a 17-year-old male who voluntarily appeared at a San Jose police station where he was questioned by investigators. Fortunately, no one was injured during the ordeal. Bikram later said that the incident left the family traumatized and stayed with everyone who was inside the home that day. According to him, the case served as a powerful reminder of just how important reliable security measures can be when it comes to protecting both your home and your loved ones. A woman named Felicia from Georgia shared a piece of home security footage online that continues to haunt her to this day. Despite watching the video countless times, she still can't explain what happened. In the footage, Felicia is outside on the back porch with her dog. Everything appears completely normal until something unsettling suddenly occurs. It's easy to miss on the first viewing, but after replaying the footage and enhancing the audio, it becomes clear what frightened her so badly. A mysterious voice can be heard on the recording, seemingly coming from somewhere beyond the side of the house. If you listen closely, it sounds like someone says, "Get out." Unsurprisingly, Felicia immediately panics and rushes back inside. As she runs for the door, she leaves it open for her dog. However, for some reason, the dog hesitates and refuses to go inside. Felicia also points out that the curtain behind her begins moving at the exact moment the voice is heard. What's even more unsettling is the possibility that whoever, or whatever, made the voice may have already been inside the house, the very place Felicia ran to in an attempt to escape. A Florida man is facing criminal charges after security cameras repeatedly captured him peering through the windows of a woman's home late at night. His actions caused significant concern among local residents and eventually led to a police operation that ended with his arrest. According to investigators, the suspicious incidents took place over the course of several nights. The man repeatedly returned to the same home before law enforcement was finally able to apprehend him. The suspect was identified as 29-year-old Stephen Johnson. The investigation began after the homeowner reviewed footage from her security cameras and noticed an unknown man wandering around her property after dark, approaching windows and looking inside. Footage recorded late at night shows the man lingering around the house for extended periods of time. Police described his behavior as highly suspicious and deeply concerning. What made the situation even more alarming was that this was not an isolated incident. Investigators say Johnson returned to the property at least 3 separate times, each visit taking place under the cover of darkness. With every return, concerns continued to grow, as authorities feared the behavior could escalate into something more serious. As a result, deputies increased patrols throughout the neighborhood and closely monitored the area in hopes of catching the suspect if he came back again. According to authorities, a Volusia County Sheriff's Office sergeant eventually spotted Johnson emerging from between 2 homes in the neighborhood. A woman who lives alone with her 2 cats began experiencing a series of strange incidents that were all caught on camera. The videos were uploaded to her TikTok account, TikiWee54. According to her cats sometimes behave in unusually strange ways. She's so attached to her pets that she decided to install a camera in her home to keep an eye on what they get up to when she's away. The camera was equipped with an automatic motion tracking feature, allowing it to follow any movement it detected as the cats wandered around the apartment. However, she soon began regretting the purchase. Ever since installing the camera, it has been capturing things that genuinely frighten her. The footage contains strange sounds that seem to come from nowhere, along with unexplained movements that she cannot account for. All of it has left her deeply unsettled. What's more, these incidents don't just happen when she's away from home. According to the woman, similar events have occurred many times while she was there herself. On one occasion, while standing in the kitchen, she watched an object suddenly fly off a shelf for no apparent reason. But the most unsettling incident happened while she was sitting on her couch. Something occurred that completely caught her off guard. According to her, there was no draft inside the apartment. In fact, she says the apartment is sealed tightly enough to prevent any noticeable airflow from outside. Since nothing like this had ever happened before, she found the incident extremely unusual. Unfortunately, these events have become so frequent that they have started taking a serious toll on her emotional well-being. She admits that she has no idea how to stop whatever is happening, and the constant stress has begun affecting her mental health. Of all the incidents, one in particular frightened her enough to seek help from others.
C'est passé quoi? Stop, viens. Attends. Viens. Connard. Espèce de connard. Viens. Laisse cette putain de porte tranquille maintenant. Non, c'est fini. Viens. C'est moi. C'est moi, regarde. C'est moi. Regarde. Viens. C'est moi, t'inquiète pas. C'est rien, hein? Vas-y, éclate-toi, maman. Vas-y. Comme cette putain de porte, vas-y. Ça vient, mon bébé, ça vient, viens. Ça vient, c'est moi, n'aie pas peur. N'aie pas peur, c'est moi. Non. Ça vient, ma bébé.
In the footage, a door suddenly begins moving on its own. Even one of the cats nearby appears alarmed, quickly jumping off the bed as if it senses that something is wrong. The cat then rushes out of the doorway, seemingly trying to avoid the closing door. Naturally, the woman was deeply shaken by what she witnessed. If a draft wasn't responsible, then how did the door close on its own? Like the other strange incidents, she has been unable to find an explanation. A woman named Hannah captured something on her home security camera that she still can't explain to this day. Hannah was home alone when she suddenly heard a strange creaking sound coming from the staircase. No one else was in the house at the time. While scrolling through her phone, the camera captured something deeply unsettling.
1, 2. I was invited because of lesbian geography, and we've been together almost ever since for 40 years.
What was your first impression of her after moving over?
So exhausted. We're in a normal Wally sweatsuit, and I was in blue jeans and a plaid button-down shirt and a big.
Hello?
The recording clearly picks up the sound of creaking footsteps on the stairs. Judging by her dog's reaction, the animal seemed to notice something unusual as well. Each time the creaking was heard, the dog began barking. But the creepiest part was yet to come. The camera also captured the sound of rapid footsteps, as if someone was suddenly rushing down the staircase straight toward Hannah. According to her, similar incidents have happened more than once. While they don't frighten her as much as they did the first time, she still has no explanation for what keeps happening. A Reddit user going by the name Infamous Parsley shared a strange piece of home security footage online. The video shows a room shortly before 8 a.m., and at first, everything appears completely normal. However, just over 30 seconds into the recording, something unusual happens. Take a look for yourself. The room is suddenly illuminated by a mysterious shape. Sometime later, a man enters the room. One observant viewer suggested that he may have heard something and came to investigate. He looks around the area, but doesn't appear to find anything out of the ordinary. Then, the mysterious shape appears once again. The man continues searching the room for a few more seconds, before eventually losing interest and walking away. Reddit users have offered several explanations for the anomaly. One person suggested it may have been caused by LED lights in the room, while another believed it could have been the result of a malfunctioning camera sensor. But what do you think was actually captured on camera? Were the mysterious shape and sudden flash of light simply the result of a technical issue? Or did the footage capture something far more unusual?